Okay guys, this is Monkey 8 Man's review of the Kahr MK9 Elite 03 version. It's a pretty cool gun. I just got it a while back. Maybe I've had it for about a month now. And I want to just give a review. I don't see too many reviews of it out here. So without further ado, this is the box that it comes in. A nice little plastic box, not overly big because it is a small gun. Open it up. Nice manual, very nice manual. I read through it. It's one of the better gun manuals I've seen. And then obviously you do have the weapon in there. Fits right in. The Kahr MK9 Elite. More coming soon. Then you have a extended mag that comes with it, which is very nice. It also comes with a little gun lock thing, which pretty much is just trash, but I'll keep it in case I want to sell the gun, which it doesn't look like I'm going to sell it because it's pretty awesome. It also comes with a flush mag, which is right here. As you can see, the mag does come right out, free falls. There's another video on YouTube of the MK9 which shows that the mags are sticking. I believe that's a problem with that guy's gun, so he needs to get that figured out, but these mags come right out. Put this one in, right out. Let's talk about this weapon. Double action only Kahr MK9 Elite 03. The reason they call it Elite 03 is if you look carefully right here, it has Elite 03 stamped in on it. And basically all that means is that it has a factory polish job, which means all the edges are kind of deburred or dehoned or whatever. They're very soft, very smooth edges. They're not as aggressive as some of the other cars. So it's very soft feeling in your hands. Also, it has a beveled magwell, which I'm not sure if you could see that at all, but there's a little bevel around the rim, which I guess could help making loading it easier. It's pretty easy to load, but if you're trying to slap this big one in after a reload, it does make it go in just a little smoother. Alright, we know it's double action only. I'll demonstrate the trigger pull, which is exceptionally smooth, and this is unloaded obviously, but the trigger pull is exceptionally smooth on this thing. It just breaks there, and then bam. No, there's no dual stage or anything like that. It just comes cleanly back. Bang. So learning this trigger pull and how to be accurate with it is a challenge. It's a little different than say a Glock or a 1911 or something like that. It's got a much longer, more mushy trigger, but it is very, very smooth and just comes straight back and it breaks very cleanly. So the key to being accurate with this gun is isolating your trigger finger and holding steady and knowing what you're shooting at. It does have an extremely long reset, which I'll demonstrate here. So here's the trigger pull again, holding it back. The reset is all the way there, and then you can come back again. So it's a pretty long reset. It's not really meant for fast shooting, but it can shoot fast. It's meant for self-defense. There is no external safety, so that having that long trigger pull is pretty much the only safety. If you had a really light trigger, it could be a little risky, but in general there is no safety. It's just that long trigger pull. You have the mag release and the slide stop. I do find that the Kahr slide stops are a little abrasive, and so I've hit this with a Dremel tool on top and some real fine grit sandpaper to make it soft, and now it's very smooth. It doesn't bite like a lot of the other cars do. I'm not sure if any of you guys have cars, but initially it's a little rough there on the slide stop, so I softened that up and I find that it works very nice. You can see I just very easily. Okay, it does have night sights. This one was factory installed, and I like night sights. All my guns have night sights on them, and I find that just keeping it consistent helps. I do like the factory Kahr sights, but since I'm coming from a Glock and they did have night sights on them, I just prefer to get night sights on this one as well. I'll demonstrate quickly how to break the gun apart. It's very easy. It's similar to some other steel framed guns, but essentially all you do is pull slightly back on the slide. There's two little lines here and here, and if you line them up, the slide release will come out. and this is the button on the other side that you're going to be pressing out. So I simply pull back a little bit until that button starts to come out, which it does there. Once it's back, I can grip it in the standard Glock grip fashion, pull out the slide release, and then that's pretty much off. You pull the trigger to release it, and then off it comes. It's a very simplistic gun design, which I really like. I like the all steel. It's nice to clean. You can really break this thing down a lot. You can take that spring out, take the barrel out. It's easy to pop the grips off because it does get a little dirty down in the mag well. The grips come off really easily, and it's pretty simple mechanics. The only thing that's small enough to really lose on this gun is the trigger spring, the trigger bar spring, which can pop off pretty easily, but then you just pop it back in. So it's not really a big deal. As far as putting it back together, it's a simple process of reassembly, putting it back on the rails, making sure it's in place. Take your slide stop, get it poked in a little bit there, make sure it's seated, pull back to line it back up, clicks in place, and you just want to give it a function check. Bam, good to go. Kahr MK9, I love it. Ammo capacity is 6+1 with the short mag, 7+1 with the big mag. Ergonomics, I find that it shoots very nicely. Comes out naturally, just like a Glock. I mean, as far as the squareness of it, it feels very similar. So if you're coming from a Glock and you wanted to get a single stack 9 or a single stack 40 to act as a backup gun or act as a primary carry, something like this is going to feel real natural for you. Ergonomics are great on it. As far as the shootability or whatever, it comes out and shoots easy. It's very light on the recoil because of the weight. The weight is about 22 ounces unloaded, so it's about 1.5 pounds when you fully load it up, which is heavy, but it's an all steel gun, so it's a trade-off. But it's very easy to conceal just due to the size. About the size, let's go ahead and compare that to a couple other guns, like a full-size Glock 22. You can see the difference. I mean, that's substantial difference off of full size. It's almost not quite half, but and then obviously the grip is going to be quite a bit shorter, so that's pretty awesome coming from a full-size Glock. And then the thinness as well is important to note, the thinness. So it's about, it's not too much thinner, I guess, but it's noticeable when you carry it. It's quite a bit easier to conceal. And then we'll go ahead and compare it for kicks, compare it to the Glock 27. Glock 27 seems like it's a little fatter for whatever reason, but it's not too much smaller. But I gotta tell you, after carrying around this Glock 27 for about 3 years, and now I'm carrying around this, it's night and day. I mean, it is night and day easier to conceal than this. I love this gun, don't get me wrong. Nothing wrong with it. It works perfectly. It's a beast, and it's very reliable. I love it. But this thing is just fabulous. To compare the size with some other just regular common items, an iPhone, it just fits right along, man, right in your system. So I highly recommend. One more time on the trigger pull for all you Kahr fanatics. Nice and easy, smooth trigger pull. Bang. That's what you want. Check it out. Kahr MK9 Elite 03 factory installed night sights. Monkey 8 Man signing off.